We're able to, go on vacation and go see places that wasn't really an option before. I was able to be involved in, his baseball. I was a coach on the team and they won the championship, so just these little experiences, what I always longed for, even as a child growing up, and now being able to give that to my child, that is why I do this. I've been a business owner for a little less than 2 years, going on 2 years. I come from a long blue-collar background. The entirety of my career, I was in warehouse, construction, moving companies. Hard work, nothing's wrong with hard work. It gets the bills paid. But I was getting older and older, and my family was growing, and it was becoming more difficult for me to, buy the things that they needed. And unfortunately, there wasn't really any room for advancement. So I just had to look for something else that would allow me to grow into more of something where the growth and being able to earn more was dependent on myself. I think the biggest challenge from a sales perspective was just knowing that it was performance-based, and that no matter how much I had come to not care for the industries I came from, no matter what, I always had a check coming regardless. Even if I worked at 100% and the individual next to me worked at 50%, no matter what, I had a check coming. Whereas this, it was 100% dependent on me. But I came to relish that because it's the same thing. Like this business, I feel, is the truest reflection of a mirror, right? We all have our own excuses or, reasons why we can or can't do this or that. But really, this industry boils down to just showing you exactly what your strengths, but more importantly, what your weaknesses are. And if you don't work on them, you're never going to move forward. I would just learn early on to compartmentalize, the things going on outside. I would remind myself, no, I'm putting in a short-term sacrifice for a long-term goal. Like a perfect example, early going through the field, I would see like a father and a son out in the front yard playing catch, spending time together. And my son at the time, he was probably like around 6 or 7. And I was like, wow, this is really when those fundamentals need to be built. And I wasn't present for those things, right? But even now to this age, he still understands that it's work, it's our obligation, that this is our ticket to a better life. But it also frees up a lot of stuff for us. We're able to, go on vacation and go see places that wasn't really an option before. I was able to be involved in, his baseball. I was a coach on the team and they won the championship, so more than anything material, just what I could give my mom is something, that she can be proud of. Like she could talk to her family, to her friends, to her neighbors, and she could be proud when speaking to them about what I do and kind of like the pattern my life has taken, because probably wasn't always something that she could be, proud to speak of. I'm just glad that I was able to reciprocate that back to not just her, but aunts, uncles, dad, whoever, anyone that had a hand in my upbringing. We've come a long way. That is why I do this. Whatever your business is, you have to be committed to it. There's no half-stepping. There's no plan B. And when I came into this, I didn't allow myself to have a plan B. If you're going to invest in it and invest in yourself and invest in becoming a business owner, you have to go all the way with it. And I would say invest heavy up front. That way you can buy yourself time and freedom on the back end. I always liken it to a ship as well. The foundation that you build is gonna determine, what the success looks like. If you're like for a ship, if they do a really good job building the base of the ship, then it's gonna hold water for many, many years to come. Versus if people are slacking during when the foundation is being built, you're gonna spring leaks right away and you're gonna have the Titanic on your hands. So what do you really wanna set up for yourself? And playing around or not getting it done or whatever the case may be, it was never an option for me. Some people are fortunate that they have a lot of support and people take care of them and whatnot. Like I've been taking care of myself for a really long time, and not only myself, I take care of other people. I think it's just having that mindset and that mentality. One thing that a lot of people don't know about me is I'm an all right artist. I can do portraits, in pen. I learned how to draw in pen. It's not a skill that I've touched on for a while, so I'm probably quite rusty. But, I can whip some stuff up. Just hold yourself accountable. Like if you commit to something, commit all the way. For a long time, my reality didn't match up to my expectation or what I had planned for my future in my head. In my head, I always knew I was like, destined for more. Probably a lot of people thought that was crazy and give me suggestions on what they think I should do. But at the end of the day, no one lives in your shoes but you. You know, even if it's your parents, your spouse, your children, your friends, no one lives in your shoes but you. No one walks your path but you. So you do what makes you happy, because I mean, life is short. You do what makes you happy and just go all in. Just go all in. Like you can't be wishy-washy. Just be committed to what you do, whatever it is.